Fröhlichen guten Morgen, das ist der Steeblio ist wieder mal am Start bei einer neuen Folge von Trails auf Code Stil und wir haben in der letzten Episode den Phantom Thief B enttarnt und geschnappt, beziehungsweise nicht geschnappt, sondern nur enttarnt. Und dann wurden wir überraschenderweise eingeladen zu St. Astrayas Girls School, abgeholt von Ins kleiner Schwester Elise. Und die Einladung kam von niemand Geringeres als Prinzessin Alfin, aka die Prinzessin des Kaisers von Heimdall. Und anscheinend feiern wir eine Teeparty. Sind wir auf jeden Fall. Mit Prinzessin Alfin, die sagt, come on Elise, cheer up, I'm sorry, alright?
ちょっとしたお茶目じゃない。知りません。兄たちに話が終わりならご勝手にどうぞ。まあ、それはともかく。
Ja, Alfin, was hast du für uns übrig?
ラウラさん、お久しぶりですね。
Natürlich kennen die sich. Sind ja auch die zwei großen Häuser hier. Almarea und Aseid.
お美しくなられましたね。ありがとう。でも、ラウラさんとはこの学院でご一緒できるかと期待していたのですけど、やっぱりトールズの方に行ってしまわれたのね。ええ。剣の道に生きると決めた身ですので、ご期待に添えずに申し訳ありません。アンジェリカさんもトールズに行ってしまうし、こうなったら私も来年そちらに編入しようかしら。姫様？いや、もう。
Well, she seems lively. Seems far more easygoing than I was expecting. I've heard plenty about her, but none of that prepared me for meeting her in person. Oh, this is what it's like to be the presence of royalty. It's actually rather overwhelming. I can see why people always compare her to an angel. Hehe, me too. Sie ist schwarzer.
どうかご心配なく。私の方といえば日々つつがなく暮らしております。未だ淑女には程遠いとはいえ、友人にも恵まれ。
Oh, Rien hat gerade einen Big Brother Moment. Well, she does seem to have at least one wonderful friend. Kind of an understatement when that friend happens to be Princess Alfin.
リーン・シュバルツァーさん、お噂はかねがね妹さんからお聞きしていますわ。姫様。
恐縮です。自分の方も妹から大切な友人に恵まれたと伺っております。兄としてお礼を言わせてください。
兄様。聞いていた通り。それ以上ですわね。リーンさん、お願いがあります。今後、妹さんに倣ってリーン兄様とお呼びしていいですか？
Was? Ihn kann doch nicht einfach jedermann zu Nietzschan werden.
ことあるごとに妹さんからリーンさんのお話を聞いているうちに他人とは思えなくなってしまって、実際にこうしてお会いできて気持ちが抑えきれなくなったというか、私にも兄がおりますし、すぐになれると思うのですが。
いや、さすがに恐れ多いというか。
いい加減にしてください。
Oh, subtiler Kommentar.
エリゼのケチ、ちょっとくらいいいじゃない。まあ、それはともかく、今日皆さんをお呼びしたのは他でもありません。
Stimmt, Tee trinken wollten wir doch,
あ
oder?
る
Wo ist
方
der
と
Kuchen?
皆さんの会見の場を用意したかったからなのです。ある方ですか？
それは一体。これは
ギター。リュートの音。
いらしたみたいですね。
待たせたようだな。
Dio! Dio! Es ist Dio! Dio will uns kennenlernen. Und er hat Musik dabei.
ご無沙汰しております。
久しぶりだね。 まあ楽にしてくれたまえ。
誰？
どこかで見たことがあるような。
ここの音楽教師さ。本当は愛の狩人なんだが、この女学院でそれを言うとシャレになってないからね。汚れなき乙女の園に迷い込んだ愛の狩人。ロマンなんだが。
Oh, Dio ist ein Romantiker. And he's sparkling.
お兄様、そのくらいで。
Machen die Comedy-Act oder warum hat sie einen Fächer
聞い
dabei?
ていらっしゃいますわ。
Das ist gerade so
さすが我
Anime.
が妹、なかなかのツッコミじゃないか。まさか。
Die Fenster flackern. Prince Olivert. Wir haben ihn gerade erwähnt. Aber eigentlich ist er Dio.
通称宝刀王子さ。
Nein, du bist Dio.
そしてトールズ士官学院のお飾りの理事長でもある。よろしく頼むよ、7組の諸君。
Oh, immer eine Ehre, Lord Dio-sama. Oh, Logo. Oh, wir kriegen Essen. Oh, Emma darf am anderen Ende des Tisches sitzen.
驚きました。学院の理事長をされているのが皇族の方とは聞いていたのですが。
驚くのも無理はない。
Dio.
今をときめく宝刀王子が伝統ある士官学院の理事長なんかやっているんだからね。まああまり聞こえがよろしくないのは確かだろうね。
お兄様、ご自分でそれを言ったら身も蓋もありませんわ。
ですが、本当なのですか？殿下が7組の設立をお決めになったというのは。
Was? Wegen dem sind wir alle hier?
そういうことさ。
Wegen dem gibt's Class
もと
7?
もとトールズの理事長職は皇族の人間が務める習わしでね。私も名ばかりではあったんだが、一昨年のリベール旅行で心を入れ替えたのさ。
一昨年のリベール旅行。リベールの異変ですね。
ああ、あの危機における経験が帰国後の私の行動を決定づけた。そしていくつかの悪あがきをさせてもらっているんだが、そのうちの一つが士官学院に新たな風を巻き起こすことだった。
The winds of change. Take me to the magic of the moment.
新たな
Oh,
風。
warriors. Children of tomorrow.
すなわち我々
In the winds
特
of
化クラス
change.
7組ですか？
では身分に関係なくさまざまな生徒を集めたのも。
ああ、もともとは私の発案さ。もちろんアークスの適性が高いというのも条件だったがね。
今となってはその意図もなんとなくわかります。こうして特別実習という名目で各地に向かわせることの意味も。
この帝国で起きている実情、貴族派と革新派の対立を知らしめ考えさせるのが狙いですか？
無論それもある。だが私は君たちに現実に様々な壁が存在するのをまずは知ってもらいたかった。その二大勢力だけではない帝都と地方、伝統や宗教と技術革新。この激動の時代において必ず現れる壁から目を背けず、自ら考えて主体的に行動する。そんな資質を若い世代に期待したいと思っているのだよ。
あ
それは
正直身に余る期待ですけど。ですがようやくいろいろなものに合点がいった心境です。
確かにこの7組ならばそんな視野が持てるかもしれない。
そういった手応えが自分たちの中にあるのも確かです。
たね。
そうか。そう言ってくれただけでも私としては本望だ。7組の発起人は私だが、すでにその運用からは外れている。それでも一度君たちに会って今の話だけは伝えたいと思っていた。そこにアルフィンが今回の席を用意すると申し出てくれてね。
そうだったんですか。お兄様のためというのもありますけど、エリゼの大切なお兄さんに一度お会いしたかったのもありますね。姫様。
話を聞かせていただいて本当にありがとうございます。自分たちの中の芯が一本改めて通ったような心境です。ですがお話を聞く限り自分たちが期待されているのはそれだけではなさそうですね。
ほ
う。士官学院の常任理事の3名、我が兄ルーファス・アルバレアにテート知事そしてラインフォルト社会長イリーナ・ラインフォルトですか。
確かに。
どう考えても王子様とは違う狙いを持ってそう。
その通りだ。先ほども言ったが、すでに7組の運用は私から離れ、彼ら3名の理事に委ねられている。このうち知っての通り、ルーファス君とレーグニッツ知事はお互い対立する立場にある。イリーナ会長はアークスなどの技術的な方面に関係しているが、その思惑は私にもよくわからない。そして君たちの特別実習の行き先を決めているのは彼らなのさ。
そうだったんですか。
確かに何か思惑や駆け引きなどがありそうですね。
ああ、7組設立にあたって譲れない条件として彼らから提示されたものでね。正直ためらいはしたのだが、それでも我々は君たちにかけてみた。帝国が抱える様々な壁を乗り越える光となり得ることを。だがそれも我々の勝手な思惑さ。君たちは君たちであくまで士官学院の生徒として青春を謳歌すべきだろう。恋に、部活に、友情に、甘酸っぱい青春なんかをね。
Dio will, dass wir leben.
そう言っていただけると少しだけ気が楽になりました。
先ほど我々と殿下はおっしゃっていましたが、他にも殿下に賛同されている関係者の方々が？
ああ、バンダイク学院長さ。もともと私もトールズの出身で、あの人の教え子でね。7組を設立するアイディアにも全面的に賛同してくれたんだ。
そうだったんですか。
確かに学院長にはいろいろと配慮していただいていますね。
3人の理事たちとは異なり、学院運営に口を出せる立場にないが、何よりも現場の責任者として最高のスタッフを揃えてくれたからね。
最高のスタッフですか。
もしかしてサラ教官のことでしょうか。
彼女だけではないがね。ただ学院長が彼女を引き抜いたのは非常に大きかっただろう。帝国でも指折りの実力者だし、何よりも特別実習の指導にはうってつけの人材だろうからね。
帝国でも指折りの実力者。
特別実習の指導にうってつけの人材。
私も噂くらいは耳にしたことがありますわ。エクレールなんてかっこいい呼ばれ方をされている方ですよね。
エクレール。
やはり
2人が知っているということは帝国の武の世界で知られる名前か。
ああ、耳にしたことがあるくらいだけど。
帝国遊撃士協会にその人ありと言われたほどの若きエース。最年少で永久遊撃士となった恐るべき実力と実績の持ち主。自伝のバレスタイン。それが君たちの担任教官さ。
Sarah ist ja eine große Nummer. Unsere Drunken Sensei. Oh, ich kann saven. Continue. Yes, please. Zombie light. Thanks for seeing us out. I never would have guessed you were friends with Princess Alphine, of all people.
I wish I knew how much of what she said was genuine.
Hey, please?
Thank you for taking the time to come here today. Take care on your way back to your lodgings. We will, thank you.
Thanks for showing us around.
Good night. Good night, everyone.
Hey. Oh. Dean versteht die Welt nicht mehr. Was hat er falsch gemacht? Ah. Don't worry. I can kind of understand where she's coming from. I doubt anyone could have guessed that Her Highness would extend such a bold invitation to you. I'm not sure how that's my fault.
Oh yes, I almost forgot. Really, I have a small favor I'd like to ask of you.
Me?
Your Highness?
Oh, you're going to ask him?
Tee, but of course. You see, tomorrow I'll be attending a garden party sponsored by the local government for the start of the festival. Or rather, Makia's father invited me to attend.
Yes, I seem to recall hearing that myself.
That's the one at the Crystal Garden in Meadow Park, right? Indeed. Anyway, let's not waltz around the matter. I was rather hoping that you would join me as my dancer partner, Reen. Does that mean... You think Her Highness knows that old saying, a dance today, a wedding tomorrow?
I'm sure that's fully in the realm of tabloid speculation. Still, there's no denying that many will interpret it that way. Whoa, 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 hold on a minute. I don't think I can. I mean, it would be an honor, but it's like too great of an honor for someone like me.
Oh, not at all. Your father may be a baron, but the Schwarzes have long had deep ties with the imperial family. I apologize if this comes across as rude. Inviting you would likely create less oppositions than if I were to invite Uzis.
I see. Well, I can't deny that. You needn't apologize. I find your choice rather fascinating, actually. Uzis, you're not helping. Anyway, I really don't think I'm the man you want. Sometimes I can barely keep from tripping over my own feet.
You said so. Elise once told me that she asked you to help her practice the finer points of ballroom dancing. In fact, she says you're an excellent dancer, that you step lightly and very gracefully. Is that not true, Reen?
Well...
I understand. It was rude of me to trouble you with a petition like this on such short notice, and besides, I don't suppose you would have much interest in dancing with a little girl like me.
No, that's not what I meant, Your Highness. That's my sister, alright. She really knows how to twist the knife.
Your Highness, please. You too, Prince Oliver.
Looks like they're having fun. I had no idea the imperial family was such a lively and cheerful bunch. I get the feeling they aren't all like this.
Oh, I see now. How could it not have crossed my mind? Perhaps the truth is that you already have your heart set on someone else.
Or is there someone you're already courting? Haha, well, do you? I'm positively dying to know which maiden has conquered the battlefield on your heart. Wait, I don't. I mean... Yikes, how am I going to get out of this one? And sure, to turn her down gently.
Oh well, I sure will end this time.
Huh?
Huh? However, next year I'll be 16, just like your sister. That's when I'll be making my debut into high society, so I'd be very happy if you give my invitation some thought.
Well, aren't you a lucky one? Her Highness really seems to have taken a liking to you. You really ought to have accepted her invitation. It might have led to something truly unexpected in the future. Nah, I doubt it. It seemed like she just took an interest in me because I'm her friend's brother. Didn't seem all that serious about it, so I figured she was just trying to tease the two of us. Can't deny it seemed that way. But I got the impression that wasn't all that was going on there. You weren't the only one feeling nervous the whole time. Prince Oliver was an even more unusual person than I'd heard. Ah, no doubt about that. He seemed entertaining to be around. I think that he's the one who made Class 7 possible. Seemed easygoing, but hearing him talk about our class made what we're doing feel even more important. Besides, he gave us plenty of other useful info. Yeah, including the fact that the board of directors seems to have their own agenda for us. No idea what they're planning, but their motives seem incredibly suspicious. Agreed. Hearing about the instructor's background kind of threw me for a loop too. I wouldn't have imagined she used to be a bracer, maybe because you don't really see them around anymore to begin with. A rank is more or less the highest you can be too. I assume you already know about her history, Fee. Yep, the guild is every Jäger Corps' main competition after all. Probably even ran into her a few times during your operations. Really? Unbelievable. I'd almost forgotten about those good old days. Und da ist sie, wenn man gerade über sie redet. Sensei, we need your love. Sensei? How long have you been there? So, looks like you finally found out about my work history, huh? I guess that kinda tarnishes my ravishing adult charm a bit then. I hate to break it to you, but you didn't have any to begin with. Shh, did you hear an old mage sighing? What was that? Lila, hee. Good evening, everyone. Captain Claire. This is quite the unusual combination. Werden wir jetzt verprügelt? Let me be the first to assure you that this wasn't my idea, but the governor's asked me to tell you that tomorrow's field study is being put on hold. Instead, you get the exciting opportunity to help this lady and her goons with their evil schemes. Ah? What evil schemes? Sarah, could you maybe not try to put them off entirely before I've even had the chance to explain? Actually, there's a matter I'd like all of you to help us with. I've discussed this with the governor, and he decided that this would be the best way to handle the issue. Oh, ein Auto. Oh, noch ein Auto. Now, if you'd be so kind as to get on board, I'll explain everything to you at the comment post in Heimdall Central Station. Oh, Logo. Jetzt kommt der Main Dungeon oder was? Terrorists? Indeed, I'm afraid we have no choice but to define them as such. Fortunately, we have no clue as to their aim, nor do we know the names of the group's member, its size or its history. At present, it doesn't even seem that the terrorist group has established a name for itself. That's a lot of unknowns. Would it be correct in assuming the man we met in the North Highlands who was trying to start the war is a member? Ah. Den haben wir verprügelt. So, he's one of them, hm? He said his name was Gideon, or G, or something like that. So that's what that man you encountered in the Highlands was up to. Does sound like the terrorist type. You think he and his group are going to try something tomorrow on the first day of the summer festival? We're currently operating under that assumption, yes. Summer festival lasts 3 days, but a nightly festival in another provinces only the first day garners much attention. It's been a month since the incident in North. If they intend to make their next move soon, tomorrow is a likely time.
I'd have to agree. Terrorists do love their time in the spotlight after all, and considering how easily Gideon gave you his name, I'm betting we'll start to see them acting more openly soon. First you gather arms and other like-minded allies in secret, then you reveal yourself with a bang and keep going in quick succession. That's a typical terrorist MO. I see. And you want us to assist with countermeasures against them? Right, so RMP will be joining forces with the Heimdall military police to bolster the capital's security. Unfortunately, as big as a capital is, I can't say with complete confidence that there will be no holes in our security. That's where you come in. You'll be assisting our security measures as a reserve group force. It'd be nice if the guild was still active here, so it would have come in mighty handy right now about now. Yes, I don't disagree. Sarah, you do know that the RMP had no involvement in the guild's withdrawal from the capital, right? Oh, really? I mean, your boss and that brother of yours could hardly make their opposition to the guild more obvious if they tried. Well, wow, these two really seem to have a messy history between them. Sure looks that way, especially where the guild is concerned. Although it sounds like your brother has been keeping busy in Crossbar recently. So what's it gonna be? Whether you choose this as your field study task for tomorrow is totally up to you. If you decline, there are plenty of tasks the governor needs taken care of, like you've been doing the last 2 days. Summer festival is a busy time after all, lots of little details that need to be squared away. I think I speak for Group A when I say we'd be glad to join in with anti-terrorist countermeasures. Group B feels the same. Alright then. Thank you for your assistance, everyone. Now let's move right along to confirming the patrol routes you'll be following. Same day, 23 Uhr. Oh, eine Mau! Wo ist eine Katze? Haben will.
Eine Mau. Oh, Sensei kommt mit uns. Hilft die bei uns? Wow, this place sure brings back memories. Up until about a year and a half ago, I'd swing by here at least once a week. Really? I wouldn't be surprised if I'd seen you around before here. Well, I did end up getting to know your sister. Fiona, right? Works as a piano teacher. Seriously? Wait, she did say she knew someone who worked at the guild. I guess she was talking about the instructor. Still, instructor, what is that caused the guild to withdraw from the city capital? Been wondering that for a while now myself. The guild used to be pretty active here in Erebonia, right? Well, yeah. The direct cause was guild branches all over the country being blown up, but I'm sure you already know that. The culprits were Jäger Corp, hired by a nasty bunch the guild has at odds with at the time. Well, still is, but anyway. Thanks to a dependable ally, we were able to defeat the Jägers, but by then the Imperial government had its eye on us. They started making life difficult for us, took away most of the guild's authority in the country, leaving our hands tied. Eventually the branches here started closing one by one, with no real prospect of ever reopening. So that's how it was. Instructor. Don't worry, your dad might be the city's governor, but he wasn't really involved. A certain friend of his, however, was very involved. Talking about Chancellor Gilead Osborne, representative of the Imperial government, I assume. Yep, him and his cronies in the Imperial Intelligence Division. Kind of like a sister organization to the railway military police. Anyway, after that, I was out of a job. That's when Principal Vandyck came and offered me a position at the academy. Started as a combat instructor last spring, and after that I wound up being chosen as your class homeroom teacher. Still help out the guild from time to time though, that's how I ended up bringing on our Jäger princess here.
Oh, you pet pets. Knock it off. So that's what happened. You mentioned a Jäger corps was responsible for that axe. What was its name? Oh, it wasn't the same group Fee used to run with. They were called Jester, not a particularly high-rank outfit. I see. Worried about me? Well, I did suspect that it was likely a different corps. From the sound of it, the Jäger corps Fee belonged to was a pretty large one, though. Yeah, definitely, she was with Zephyr. The leader was an insidious guy known as the Jäger King. You name a combat specialty, Zephyr had it covered. They were the only corps on par with the Red Constellation, which has its roots in the Berserkers of the Middle Ages. They caused me plenty of trouble back when I was still a full-time bracer. Look who's talking. You caused us plenty of trouble yourself. It's hard to believe this all happened to people we actually know. Yeah, plenty. Yeah, it sounds more like a story out of some novel. Anyway, the terrorists you've been hearing about lately aren't part of any Jäger corps. Figured that was the case. Generally, Jägers are interested in just two things, money and fighting. That Gideon guy you encountered in the North Highlands doesn't seem to fit that description, though. If I had to guess, I'd say he's acting on some kind of deep-seated grudge. Grudge, huh? Well, it's hard to say anything for sure. I've never met him myself. From what I understand, he did seem particularly tenacious. Definitely that. Which means we're really going to have to step it up for patrol tomorrow. Involvement is just a precautionary step, but if you're going to help, give it your best, I say. Seems like a teamwork is smoother than ever, too. So all the better. Anyway, it's late, so get your report written and get some sleep. I'm gonna crash in one of the empty rooms upstairs. Ah. This doctor never changes, does he? You sure? She seemed more talkative than usual. It's like she was pushing herself. Now that you mention it. It seemed far more forthcoming with information than usual. Maybe she's feeling a bit weird being back in her old workplace. You might be right. Still, I guess we're not really in any position to be worrying about her. We'll just have to do our best to coordinate with Group B tomorrow to make sure everything goes smoothly. Great. Alright, the sooner we get that report written, the sooner we can get some sleep. Oh no. Next day, 1 Uhr. Also 2 Stunden später quasi. Sehr Esperanza. Terrorist! Ich sehe die Brille, das ist der G. The G-Man.
時は至った。今こそ我らが鉄槌を持って赤き都の眠りを覚ます時だ。
Yeah. Warte, sind das nicht die Hafenarbeiter? Comrade G, all of the necessary preparations are complete. But it feels like I have so few men accompanying you. Wouldn't it be wise to call in a few others to back up?
何？心配は無用だ。
Oh damn. Das war
こ
smooth.
の笛さえあれば、鉄道憲兵隊も恐れるに足りん。明日はとうとう我々の名前を世間に知らしめる時。
Der wäre.
頼もしき同志たちよ。力を尽くしてくれたまえ。
Yeah. Oh, Logo. Oh nein, es ist schon wieder Montag. Day of the Sommerfestival. Überall diese Banner. Alright, I'm going to go check on Group B before heading over to the Railway Military Police Command Post. Just give me a call on your Arcus if you find anything during your patrols. Okay. Will do, Instructor. Leave it to us. I was expecting Captain Clare to be our point of contact. Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to agree to cooperate with the Railway Military Police. I'm not exactly delighted about working with them, but things are looking pretty serious. I'm helping them this once and acting as your point of contact, but I won't let them forget for a minute that they owe me. Anyway, I'll see you all later. Tell Fiona thanks for the breakfast. Sure thing. Alright, we should get moving too. We've got our designated areas, so we'll be patrolling them one by one, keeping an eye out for anything suspicious. Dr. Sarah said she contact us around noon too. Let's be off then. Yeah. I'm guessing the city's gonna be packed with people since it's the first day of the summer festival. That's all the more reason we need to stay especially vigilant. Jo. Dann haben wir einen Task für nächste Episode. Genau, bis dahin danke ich mich recht herzlich fürs Zusehen. Macht's gut, bleibt schon schade, ich genieße das Wetter, genieße das Leben. Haut rein, bis dann. Und ja. Immer die Hosen richtig rum anziehen.